Hello, welcome back to Algebra 1. Today's lesson is Lesson 99, Solving Rational Equations. In the new concepts of this lesson, we're going to have rational expression. A rational expression is a fraction with variables in the denominator, and those variables must be different from 0. We also have another new concept, which is a rational equation. A rational equation contains at least one rational expression. The purpose of this lesson is to find the value of the variable and to prepare for greater tasks. That means that these two examples are going to be the simplest one we're going to have in this lesson. So let's see. Example number 1 says, solve each equation. Now let's see, when they say solve, remember, they're trying to tell us to find the value of the variable. So let's move on. Example A says, 3 over x equals 5 over x minus 6. If you notice, we have two fractions or two proportions that are made equal. When we have that, the process we use to solve is cross multiplication. So let's see, the 3 multiplies the x and the negative 6, and the x here multiplies the 5. I'm going to put it exactly like that underneath. Let's see how it works. 3 times x minus 6, 3 times x minus 6. And that equals x times 5. X times 5. I'm going to use the Surbury property here to simplify. 3 times x, 3x. 3 times negative 6, negative 18. That equals x times 5, 5x. I'm going to move everything that is like terms to one side of the equation. That means the 5x, I'm going to put it next to the 3x. And the negative 18, I'm going to put it on this side of the equation, always using inverse operations. The 3x is in the right side, on the correct side, So I'm going to leave it there. The 5x is positive. To bring it to this side of the equation, it moves negative. So minus 5x must equal, the 18 goes to this side of the equation with inverse operation. Since it is subtracting, it goes positive. So positive 18. Let's keep on simplifying. 3x minus 5x is negative 2x. All of that equals to positive 18. The negative 2 is multiplying the x. So opposite operation of multiplication is division. X equals 18 divided by negative 2. So x equals negative 9. Apparently that's my answer, but since we're working with rational expressions or rational equations in this case, we must do a check. So let's perform a check. Let's rewrite the original equation. 3 over x equals 5 over x minus 6. And I'm going to substitute the x with the solution we got. 3 over negative 9 over equals, 5 over negative 9 minus 6. 3 over negative 9 equals 5 over negative 15. They don't look equal, but we can simplify to check that. 3 is divided by 3, 1. Negative 9 is divided by 3, negative 3. So we have now negative 1/3. And here, both are divisible by 5. So 5 divided by 5, 1. 15 divided by 5 is 3. Negative 1/3. Since this is correct, then this is the answer. Let's go to the second example. We saw that we have two proportions made equal, so we're going to use cross multiplication to simplify that. This x multiplies this x minus 1, and this 4 multiplies the 3. So x times x minus 1, x times x minus 1 equals 4 times 3, 4 times 3. Now let's simplify that. X times x, x to the second power. X minus times negative 1, negative x. That equals 4 times 3, 12. Here we got to a point where we have two x's and one of them is raised to the second power. The last lesson we saw was solving quadratic equations. So to form a trinomial, I'm going to move this 12 to the side of the equation and make the equation equal to 0. So x to the second power minus x, I'm going to bring the 12 to the side of the equation, minus 12 equals 0. The form we used in the previous lesson was factoring. So in order for me to simplify this or to find the value of the variable, I'm going to factor the polynomial. I'm going to open up two parentheses, equal to 0. Square root of x to the second power is x on both parentheses. Remember, here you have a times. It doesn't matter if you don't put it. When you have two parentheses next to each other, it means multiplication. So now we need two numbers that multiplied result in negative 12 and added result in negative 1. I repeat that. Now we need two numbers that multiplied results in negative 12 and added results in negative 1. So that would be negative 4 times positive 3. Let's check that. Negative 4 times positive 3, negative 12. Negative 4 plus 3, negative 1. So that's correct. The solution that we can get out of this parenthesis is x equals positive 4, and the solution we can get out of this parenthesis is x equals negative 3. Remember that any number that you equals x here, it must be 0 when you plug it in the parenthesis. Let's check. 4 minus 4, 0. And here, negative 3 plus 3, 0. So yes. Now let's check both solutions on our original equations to see if that's true. Let's perform a check. Plugging in first the 4, okay? So 4 divided by 4 equals 3 over 4 minus 1. So let's see, 4 divided by 4 is 1, and that equals 3 divided by 4 minus 1. 4 minus 1 is 3. Let's simplify that. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Since we got to a point where it is true, then 4 is part of our solutions. Now let's check with the negative 3. So negative 3 over 4 equals 3 divided by negative 3 minus 1. Negative 3 divided by 4 equals 3 divided by negative 4. It doesn't matter where you have the negative, the fraction is still negative. Negative divided by positive, negative. Positive divided by negative, negative. So negative 3 divided by 4 equals negative 3 divided by 4. Since that is also true, then 3 is also part of our solution. That means both of them are solutions of the original equation. Today's lesson was based on the Bible verse, Romans 12, verse 1. Please check it out at home. That was all for today, guys. Thank you for watching Lesson 99, Solving Rational Equations.